So this is how 11 years of designing record covers looks like. This is the very polished cutout sampler series, which I was responsible for designing from the very beginning. I've also designed the label logo, which is Polish folklore inspired. The label specializes in releasing older Polish pop tracks, edited and remixed for dance floor use, so they are more club friendly, they are extended and more dancey. As for the design, we wanted to have something that was saying it is a series, it's part of the bigger thing. There are elements that are consistent through the whole series. So we have the top bar, which was kind of inspired by magazines, but also maybe by the Polish jazz series. In the main section of the cover, we have patterns of various kinds. On the label, there's always a black and white picture, and the back is the same color as the top bar. Typographically speaking, we have two typefaces. The main one is Transport, and the second one is Accidents Grotesque Extended, which is one of my favorite fonts. The photo of the label of the first one is by Tomek Bronowski, which is actually my friend from high school. So shout out Tomek. And I believe this is a block of flats in my hometown, Kielce. About the music, we have Taki and Maciek Sienkiewicz on the first one. Taki Krystyna is, I believe, the most recognizable track on the label to this day, maybe. This is actually not my copy, I don't have my copy, it was lost in action, which makes me really sad. So I've borrowed this one from Wojtek from Side One, side1.pl, the best record shop in Warsaw or possibly even in Poland. Thank you, Wojtek. This one's in the shrink wrap, it's very expensive. Look it up on Discogs. So yeah, volume 1, volume 2, different colors, different pattern. We have this kind of colorful arrows. For the picture, we have these flowers. I got them from public domain. It's a very old picture of some flowers. There were always problems with these pictures. I had the biggest challenge was to find the picture for the label for each release. Musically speaking, we have Chłopak z Sąsiedztwa, Run Lindbeck and Telephones, so some people from abroad. And the year is 2013, and the previous one was also 2013. So yeah, this is the volume 2. Oh yeah, the other side, it looks like this. I don't really like this one. I think it's a little bit too stylized. It looks like older records, so I prefer just to display the black and white photo. Let's see what next. Volume 3. Volume 3, the year was 2014, and we have these colors. Musically speaking, we have Old Spice, jazzing, and mental. The pattern is banknotes inspired, and the letters are saying the very Polish cutouts, but it's all randomized. All patterns are randomized, so even in 2013, 2014, I was into randomizing stuff. The photo is actually by me. It doesn't look like a photo, but actually it is. I just took some old Polish banknotes and spread them on the floor and took a photo. And why? Because Old Spice pieniądze, which means money in Polish. So here we go. Volume 3. Volume 4. We have Karol Aleksander, Selvi, Unitracks and Raider. And the photo is by Kuba Szymański. So thank you for letting us using the photo, Kuba, shout out. And it's a photo of a girl, of a girl's neck. The pattern is a geometric black and white pattern, nothing too fancy. Volume 4, now volume 5. I actually kind of like this one. It's disco inspired, very colorful, circular pattern, also geometric, but more colors. I believe this might be same shapes. It's kind of same. I was lazy. What do we have on the track list? Daniel drums, mute, building dust, Carpentaria. Kinda busy track list. Lots of going on. The year was 2015. And the photo is by Jacek Barcz. It's a photo of old Polish disco in the Klub Remont, I believe, in Warsaw. It's from the 80s. So the young people are dancing, having fun. And there's actually a cool story about it. A couple months ago I was in a radio show, Sofa Surfers. And the host, Olgierd, shout out Olgierd, knew the photographer behind this picture. And he recognized the picture and showed it to him. And he was really pleased. He really liked that the photo is living in this new context. Mr. Jacek is unfortunately not with us anymore. He died a couple months ago, so yeah. But this is a really nice story. I was really pleased to hear that. I'm actually considering whether should I say it or not, but I'm sure nobody noticed that before. But there's actually a slight error on this cover, which was a mistake by me. If you look closely at the center, the pattern is a little bit moved to the right, and also the typography is a little bit close to the right, and this is a mistake by me. I've put the design on the die in the wrong place, I don't know. So I think nobody noticed, but now everybody will know. Hey, this is me from the future. I've actually checked the file for this sampler, and actually it looks that everything is fine on my side. I don't see anything wrong. So I believe the error was on the pressing plant side. So I've been living for 8 years thinking that it was my fault, and it wasn't. So one less fuck up in the career. So there you go. This happens. Volume 6, and I believe there was a bigger gap. Yeah, this is 2019. So you had to wait a little bit for this one. And we have Schmolz, Karol Alexander and Bisti, Holiday 80. The pattern is marble inspired. This is the track list. The photo is of the central station in Warsaw, and it's by Jamie Gonzalez. And I found it on some free photo stack. Maybe Jamie was on holiday in Warsaw. I don't know. Shout out Jamie. So this is how it looks like. Volume 7. We have this retro futuristic pattern with these shapes and gradients. We have Tamten Fopalium Bisti Stachy DJ. And the photo is of, I think it's a prototype of Polish Fiat. Again, retro futuristic thing. As for design, we used two Pantone colors. We were feeling frisky. Making gradients from two Pantones is not that straightforward. So, humble brag. And actually there is another story with this one. This was actually a slight, or not even slight, it was kind of from the pressing plant. They didn't punch a hole in the cover. We got the covers and it was without the hole. And the process of reprinting the covers, it takes too long, so we had to adapt and improvise, and we actually managed to laser cut these holes. If you look closely, the edges of the paper are burnt from the laser. So there's a story with volume 7. There's always something. Volume 8. Volume 8 is the year 2021. And this one is kind of different. It's the tracks are from the 90s, so a little bit older, or maybe younger actually. The track list we have DJ Duch, Pejzaż and Speak. And the pattern is kind of different. It's typographic. It's not geometric patterns like before. And on the label we have this abstract composition by me actually. There's a photo in there, but I don't know if anyone can see what that is. If you are perceptive, you've noticed that the logo changed. So we decided to give it a refresh. The old one was kind of annoying to me. I didn't like how the letters worked, how they were cut. So I refined the rooster a little bit and changed the typography to have it in a circle. I think it was a good change. So yeah, that's volume 8, and I have more copies of volume 8. And why do I have more copies? Because it was actually released in different versions. There's a black one, there's a clear one, there's also clear blue one, and clear magenta. Well, next, the next one, oh, actually, what year was it? It was 2021, so I missed volume 0, which was 2020, and this one is before the Very Polish Cutouts. Zambon, the label co-founder, released some of his edits on the, I believe, Bam Rocks label, and volume 0 is a re-release of those tracks, but in the Very Polish Cutout sampler format. We have Noc Komety, which inspired the design. This means Night of the Comets. On the cover we have this, I want it to be like stars. I don't really remember how I did it, but I want it to be like, starry sky, psychedelic a little bit. It's a little bit more organic than the previous one, it's not geometric. And on the label we have a photo from NASA. I believe these are rings of Saturn. So yeah, this is the volume 0, 2020. Volume 9, this one is a little bit different. It's a little bit darker. The tracks are a little bit on the darker side, so this is why it's grayscale, and the pattern is a little bit like militaristic. I was really deep into my random era, so I went hard on the randomness with these patterns, but I'm really happy how it turned out. It was really hard to finalize, but it was worth it, I think. On the photo we have the riots in Warsaw in the 80s, and the photo is by Andrzej Rybczynski. So yeah, this is how it looks like. And this is the final one, volume 10. We decided to just make it just like a regular volume, and the tracks are a little bit different. The previous one was darker, and these are a little bit lighter, and it was released in spring, so it's more colorful. Again, geometric shapes, randomized. On the tracklist we have Bankart, Title, Zenith, Borin, Rodas, Expo 2000 and Nico. The most tracks ever on any sampler. So yeah, this is how it looks like. And there are actually two versions, black vinyl and green vinyl. So again, very springy. On the label we have this abstract picture of flowers. Where did I get it? I won't tell you because it's my secret. It's from my secret database of flower photos. And yeah, you probably noticed the inside envelope is black. Why? I don't know. The pressing plant decided to use black envelopes and not tell us. And again, the process is so long that you just can't afford to change it all back, so this is what happens. So yeah, this is the series. I must say I am satisfied how it looks like. I would probably do everything a bit different today, but this is how it works. I like how it looks when you stack them all together. I think the quality is to have it very simple. Initially I was experimenting with very different stuff, on the illustrations and whatnot. I'm happy I didn't use the illustrations, but it wouldn't stand the test of time. And because we have just some basic elements, the bar pattern, some colors and the black and white photo, it works today. So this is the series. Let me know if this is interesting or it's not interesting. Should I make more? Thank you.